Something. I don't know what the heck they're doing, but. People are watching who and then try to copy and try. Yeah, part of it's purple then it's not large. So I don't know what they're doing. They're doing all kinds of work and then my friends are the
They probably got caught by the county.
yeah, well, I was wondering if they had, we were waiting for you for something. I knew, like, it looks like they want to put an awning. But not like maybe they stopped the clean pack because they like rushed it. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Good evening, and welcome to this meeting of Westminster's Mayor and Common Council. The council meets here at City Hall on the second and fourth Mondays of every month. Please note that council meetings, although open to the public here at City Hall, are also available and streamed live on the city's YouTube page, as well as the Community Media Center channel and website. Now we'll begin as we do every meeting with the pledge of the flag, followed by a moment of silence. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Thank you. As a courtesy to everyone, please take a moment to silence your cell phone or any other electronic devices you have that might ring or beep or otherwise disturb the meeting. Thank you. Copies of tonight's agenda and the entire information packet that the council will be using, although I think most of you will be staying, are available online and on the city's website. And for those who would like them, I believe there was some hard copies. So we've got, I think, a number of presentations that we're excited about seeing, and the mayor is going to get to do that. So, Dr. Becker, please go ahead.
Here's my shiny moment.
All right. So the first thing I would like to present is a mayoral proclamation to someone who I have known for a number of years. I know she's here. Oh, I just lost her. And who has been a part of my life even before I became involved with the city of Westminster. So, Brooke, would you like to come up, please? Sure. This side. Whereas farmers markets, mayoral proclamation, this is for Brooke Haggerty, our dedicated farmers market manager. This season was her last season of managing our amazing downtown market. Whereas farmers markets continue to provide access to safe and nutritious food in the face of market disruptions, while also shortening supply chains and reinforcing a competitive food system.
we're actually up to 43 that are canine now. So
Oh, wow.
it's been a busy year. So thank you all very much for supporting my passion project and supporting the veterans in Carroll County. We do appreciate it immensely.
Tell them about it.
Oh, so Ray is a bomb dog, sorry. He's retired. He was served in Afghanistan and he also, he retired out of Biloxi, Mississippi, where he worked with, a 3-letter agency until he was medically retired and they were going to put him down. Because that's what happens to dogs that have medical issues and work for the government. And we said, absolutely not. So he is now our Carroll County ambassador dog and is everywhere with us.
And whoever cleans the carpet, I had a little
He likes it back there. He's like, well, purple. Thank you.
And I think, Ms. Gruber, you would also like to recognize all the other members
Yes.
who are here this evening from the Veterans Pickleball Tournament.
Yes, so I'd like all the members of the committee to stand. We have Larry Wood, Marilyn Manger, Missy Adkins, Bob Eney, and we also have Mrs. Larry Wood, Ruth Ann, who gives her husband, stay standing, who gives her husband so willingly to us as we put this tournament together. This is not the full committee. This is the folks that could be here tonight, and I couldn't pick a better team of people. They are amazing, and everything they commit to doing, they do on time and with enthusiasm, and it's just really a remarkable team of people to work with. So we're thrilled to have made this relationship. And I think maybe Mr. Eney would like to say something on behalf of the tournament and the committee.
Thank you. On behalf of the veterans of Carroll County, we thank the city of Westminster for their support. This is our 5th pickleball tournament. We didn't have any in 2021 because of the COVID. So counting tonight, we have raised over $21,000 just for the veterans of Carroll County. Thank you all. Oh, one more thing, Mr. Sterling, one of our sponsors.
I'm sorry.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
I have one more.
Okay, no, you're fine.
No.
No, it's still.
Thank you all.
See that?
So,
Yes. So we're something, okay, you changed your mind about
we're trying to change their mind about pickleball. Okay, so now it is my pleasure to announce the winners of the 2023 Mayor's Cup Storefront and Window Holiday Decoration Contest. The Mayor's Cup is a long-standing contest recognizing the decorative storefronts and windows of downtown Westminster businesses on display during the holiday season. Displays are recognized for several themes, and the Mayor's Cup is awarded to the business with the best overall display. The Mayor's Cup is engraved with the name of the winning business each year and proudly displayed at the winning business's location. This year, 9 businesses offered eye-grabbing entries, and as always, making it difficult to select a winner. First, I would like to recognize the business winners of the theme awards. Best Classic Display, the Spa on West Main, 143 West Main Street. Best Family Friendly Display, Iron Valley Real Estate of Central Maryland, 1 East Main Street. Best Inviting Display, Lux Boutique at 30 West Main Street. Best Festive Display, Mid-Atlantic Gigabit Innovation Collaboratory, or MAGIC, at 38 West Main Street. And the Mayor's Cup this year goes to the best overall display is awarded to Sterling Water at 7 East Main Street.
Yeah, it's.
We fill with champagne.
It's up to you.
We were thinking about water, maybe water.
That's smart thing. It was
It's been a good year.
We're happy to have you.
Great, thank you.
Hey, congratulations. Congratulations. Oh, it's under your chair, Sue. Just last, the Common Council and I would like to thank all of our downtown businesses for their decorating efforts. The storefronts and windows captured the spirit of the holidays and beautiful downtown Westminster. And Mr. Council President, I'm done.
All right, well, thank you very much, Dr. Becker. We have one last presentation to do here. And, when Dr. Julia Jaskin took over as president of the college, one of the things she promised us was closer engagement with the city, and that she would regularly send a member of her senior staff here to city council meetings to join us, to share with us the news of what's happening on the Hill. And she has done that. And we're very pleased tonight to have Dean Jill Santafani here with us.
Yes.
To let us know what the latest is from the college. Thank you for coming tonight.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to be here. I would say that I've been a resident of this county my entire life, and I don't think that Main Street has ever looked better. And it is a place that both as a resident and also a member of the college community, we appreciate. We got into the decorating game a little bit more so this year. We hosted an event that is going to become a tradition 2 weeks ago called Out of the Darkness, a Celebration of Light. And so it was a really special evening that was for our students and faculty and staff families. But the lights are still up. And so we certainly welcome members of the community to come through campus. It is a short stroll, maybe not tonight when it's this chilly, but it really is beautiful. So we hope that we add also to that. The other exciting, I think, opportunity to share with you all is a new program that we just announced and launched called Carroll County Scholars. And it is a college readiness program that we are opening up to high school students. And so we look to launch that officially this coming fall, but it's an opportunity for rising freshmen and rising juniors to come and be a part of a program that helps to support what they get in the school system, but help them and especially their parents to be prepared. So we're excited about that. We've had overwhelming response from that, really excited that we have over 300 students and families that have indicated an interest. So we're looking forward to that. And then we also have partnerships that continue to strengthen with Carroll Community College. So we have several programs, and in particular one called Transfer Plus that allow our transfer students to identify early that they may potentially be interested in McDaniel. So we look to really continue to cultivate talent, hopefully keep talent here in the area. And so we are looking forward to opportunities that our businesses and donors in particular have contributed in many years to Carroll County Scholarship programs, and these new initiatives will continue that. So thanks so much for the continued partnership on behalf of the college community.
Very good. Thank you very much. And finals are ongoing right now, I guess.
Finals week are ongoing. Yes, they wrap up this week, and then our freshmen will be back over Jan term for their on-campus Jan term course. So you will see some of our students back here, some or winter athletes as well.
Great. And everybody else comes back when?
They start back the last week of January. So yeah, they'll be back in full swing.
All right, very good. Well, thank you so much for coming. We appreciate it. And please wish everybody there happy holidays.
We will.
Thank you. Very good. All right, move on now to the next item, which is approval of minutes. We have minutes from 3 meetings. We have a special meeting of the Mayor and Common Council on November 20th, the regular meeting of the same date, the closed meeting of the same date, and the regular meeting on November 27th. We have a motion to approve the minutes.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion by Mr. Dayhoff. Is there a second?
I'll second.
A second by Mr. Hoff. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. The ayes seem to have it. The ayes have it. And the minutes are approved. We have 2 items on the consent calendar this evening. May I have a motion to approve the consent calendar?
Motion to approve the consent calendar.
There's a motion by Ms. Gilbert and a second by Mr. Kavachi. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Those opposed say nay. The ayes seem to have it. The ayes have it. And the consent calendar is approved. Or from the mayor, not from anything else to share with us?
No, absolutely. I think given the length of my earlier presentations, the only thing I would like to say for those celebrating Hanukkah, I hope they are having a very good Hanukkah season, and shop small. And I will see you on Main Street over the weekend, and happy holidays, because this will be our last meeting of the year, and a happy new year. So keep it at that.
All right, thank you very much. Move on now to reports from our committees. Begin as we always do with our liaison to the Carroll County Arts Council, Mr. Dayhoff.
Thank you, Mr. President. Continued work on the strategic plan for the Maryland State Arts Council. And a lot of really good seasonal programming at the Arts Council. Check the website for more details. Thank you.
Very good, thank you. Economic and Community Development, Mr. Hoff.
Thank you, Mr. President. I will mention that we have been working on a couple things in economic and community development. Two of those items are on the agenda for tonight. So I think I've briefed you all by phone a little bit about that. So I look forward to getting those items out the door today. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Hoff. On Finance Committee, on behalf of the Finance Committee, I'll report that we had a meeting just this afternoon where we discussed the fee schedule for the Parks and Recreation facilities. We also discussed an upcoming budget amendment that the city administrator will be bringing to us in the new year, and an item that'll be on the agenda later on tonight. So that's it. Personnel Committee, I have no report for the Personnel Committee. Mr. Kavachi, Public Safety.
Thank you, Mr. President. On December 2nd, the Police Department partnered with the Westminster Walmart on the 21st annual Shop with the Cop holiday event. Westminster Police Department participants included both sworn officers as well as some of the police recruits. They were fortunate enough to be able to provide 11 children and their families with a great holiday shopping experience while strengthening the relationships between our officers and these community members. And Chief, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe everyone pulls out of their own pockets to help with this event, correct?
We're given a certain amount, and
Right.
most of the time it goes a little bit over.
That's what I thought, yeah. So that's wonderful. Thank you. On the 4th, Chief Ledwell discussed Westminster Police Department operations at the fourth quarter Howard County Police Accountability Board meeting. And then on the 7th, Chief Ledwell, Sergeant Ecker, and Corporal Claggett attended the annual Catherine's Cause Remembrance Ceremony at the Ascension Episcopal Church. This is an annual vigil that remembers individuals who died in traffic-related incidents in Carroll County. There was actually a front page article in the Times today about that, as a matter of fact. Excuse me. And then on December 8th of this year, Detective Courtney Brandt and Detective Alex Doherty both received letters of recognition from our Criminal Investigation Bureau commander for the work they've done on several key criminal investigations, including some burglaries and armed robbery and the theft of a retired police officer's handgun, which I believe was returned, correct? It was found and returned to him. Our detective bureau, while not large, is amazing. The work they do is incredible. And frankly, I'm probably biased, but I think other people would agree with me. I think we have the best detectives in the county and probably some of the best detectives in the entire state. And they keep proving that by solving cases that are involving criminals that are committing crimes in other jurisdictions and aren't able to be caught, and they come here and commit crimes and they get caught. And that's because of the good work that our detectives and the rest of our department are doing. So thank you very much, Chief. Please pass that along. That's it, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Kavachi. Public Works, Ms. Gilbert.
Phase 2 of the Main Street water main replacement was temporarily interrupted for a couple of days for Verizon to do some emergency work to their line. The water main work on East Main Street is expected to be completed by approximately December 15th. And as all of us know, we awoke this morning to a lovely big snowflakes and a thin blanket of snow. Winter is coming. The streets department has started preparing the salt brine system in anticipation of more winter weather. That's all I have.
Very good, thanks. All right, and would you like to continue with the Recreational Parks Committee report?
Sure. I want to take a moment to comment on the delightful Christmas experiences we have right here in Westminster and Carroll County. Residents are invited to stop by to visit with Santa on Saturday through the month of December. Santa has taken up residence on the library lawn. When the first 50 children who visit with Santa, they will receive Christmas stockings filled with little goodies. And they are adorable and all the little kids love them, particularly my 3-year-old grandson. Also, the city invites you to enjoy a free horse-drawn carriage ride through the historic streets of Westminster. Carriage rides board behind Life of Pizza. Both events, the visits with Santa and the carriage rides operate on Saturday from noon to 4 through December 23rd. After dark, City Park, you can enjoy City Park by strolling through the park and enjoying the whimsical light display. And if that hasn't tickled your desire for lights and have gotten you in the Christmas spirit, you can drive to other things in Carroll County, which no.
So stay in Westminster.
They can come to Westminster and go throughout the entire county for an entire evening. Homestead Products has a great light display, but my favorite is Cascade Lights. And after you're finished with Cascade Lights, you can enjoy and continue your desire for more Christmas lights and head to McCurley's Magical Christmas Lights in Manchester, just to round out your evening. By the way, that almost takes you from about 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. if you do the entire loop. And I want to end with wishing everyone in Westminster and Carroll County a happy holidays from the city of Westminster. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Ms. Gilbert. And technology, Mr. Dale.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'll defer to Director Moore's response.
Thank you. Very good, thank you. Next item on the agenda is council comments and discussion. This is the opportunity for council members to and the additional comments or thoughts they have on items that are not elsewhere on the agenda. We'll begin with Mr. Kavachi.
Well, since this is our last meeting before Christmas, I'd like to wish everybody Merry Christmas, and that's it, Mr. President. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Mr. Kavachi. Mr. Dale.
Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Gilbert.
Wow, everybody was really quick. I have this little paragraph almost. I just wanted to take a moment to say happy holidays to all of our employees. Westminster really sets the bar high. We have a lot of activities that we host that comes with a lot of responsibility and dedication from our employees. All the departments are amazing and work well together and support each other. And all of us up here see that every time we have an event. Not only has this past year, as far as working with you guys, my colleagues, and the mayor, been a wonderful experience, but also I appreciate each and every one of our employees. And without them, their time, their talent, and their dedication, the things that we would like to see occur in Westminster would never happen. So to all of them, I'd say thank you and happy holidays.
Thank you very much. And Mr. Hawk.
I'll echo those comments. The town looks beautiful, and I've been to some of the events recently that Brexham Parks puts on, and it's phenomenal. So great job to everybody that's involved in that, from streets, public works, and the police department as well. I did want to comment that, I thought our delegation council annual dinner went very well on the 30th. I was really pleased with the turnout we had there, and it was great discussion, and I really appreciate the collaboration we have with our state delegation. Additionally, as we get into the new year, our intergovernmental relations committee, which the council president and the mayor are also on with me, will be keeping track of things down in Annapolis and working hard to ensure the best interests of Westminster. And then finally, I just wanted to say happy holidays to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hawk, and I don't think I have anything to add. Move right on to ordinances and resolutions. We have one item before this evening, adoption of resolution 23-12, a resolution of the mayor and common council of Westminster amending the adopted water and sewer allocation policy. And for more on that, we will turn to our director of planning and development.
Thank you and good evening. City Code Chapter 124 and Chapter 160 authorizes the mayor and common council to establish a water and sewer allocation policy by resolution. On March 26, 2018, Mayor and Common Council passed and approved Resolution 1804, adopting a new water and sewer allocation policy and master distribution chart. Over the years, there have been 7 amendments to the allocation policy and master distribution chart. City administration and community plan development staff met with the Mayor and Common Council's Economic and Community Development, or the ECDC, at its December 6, 2023 meeting to discuss an amendment to the allocation policy. Currently, the allocation policy requires the owner of property located outside the corporate limits of the city, but inside the water service area that is eligible for annexation under state law, who desires to connect to the city's public water system or requires additional water allocation to annex the property into the city to be eligible for water allocation. The amendment to the allocation policy would allow for such annexation eligible property to be granted additional water allocation for a use deemed necessary and beneficial to the community without annexing the property into the city as authorized by the Mayor and Common Council. The ECDC did support the proposed amendment. And with that, staff recommends that the Mayor and Common Council approve Resolution 2312, amending the adopted water and sewer allocation policy, Section 1, water allocation, subsection D, allocation, as provided in Attachment 1 of this report. And I'm available for any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Depot. Let's get a motion. Can I have a motion to adopt resolution number 23-12?
I'll move, Mr. President.
A motion by Mr. Cavati and a second by Mr. Hoff. Is there any discussion or any questions for Mr. Depot?
Mr. Council President, I just want to kind of clarify for everyone's benefit. This is just providing us a little bit more flexibility. Generally, if a property is contiguous and they need additional water, we're going to annex them in. So I don't want there to be any misunderstanding about that. But this just provides us with a little bit of flexibility from time to time where there might be a case where it might not make sense for one reason or the other. And I just really want we just really dive deep on this on our December 6th meeting. So I really appreciate staff's hard work and our attorney's hard work to, get this turned around so quickly that we go ahead and get it approved tonight at tonight's council meeting. So I appreciate all their hard work in relation to that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hoff. Anyone else, Mr. McCracken? All right, thank you. Always good to have another tool available to us. Sounds like we're ready for the vote. All those in favor of adoption, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Those opposed say nay. The ayes seem to have it and the ayes have it. And the resolution is adopted. Next item is unfinished business. There is no unfinished business of which I'm aware. Anybody have any unfinished business? Hearing none, we'll move on to new business. We have 2 items here. The first is an item approving an annexation agreement with High Falcon Realty Corporation for the future annexation of real property located at 1001 Baltimore Boulevard, Westminster, Maryland, tax map 46, grid 16, parcel 0693, and tax ID 07-027621, consisting of 6.24 plus or minus acres, and authorizing the mayor to sign the annexation agreement. Mr. Depot.
Thank you. So Brooks Leahy, representing the High Falcon Realty Corporation, the owner of the property, submitted an annexation agreement outlining the proposed annexation of 1001 Baltimore Boulevard. The property is contiguous and adjoining the city limits and is eligible for annexation. The property is currently zoned C3 Commercial High Intensity District in Carroll County, is 6.24 plus or minus acres, improved with a 16,600 square foot 1-story vehicle sales and vehicle service building, which is also known as Landstoller Chrysler Dodge Jeep dealership, and served by the city's water and sewer system. The owner proposes to redevelop the property to establish a new vehicle sales and service use with a new car wash use, which requires an additional water and sewer allocation. Due to the owner's need and request for additional water, the water and sewer allocation policy requires the annexation of the property as a condition of issuing a water and sewer allocation. Due to the time frame to prepare, submit, and obtain approval of an annexation petition, and once annexed, the requirement to obtain a special exception for a car wash, there is concern by the owner that the proposed redevelopment of the property may not be achieved in the needed time frame to maintain the automobile sales business. In an effort to allow the redevelopment of the property, city administration and community planning and development have agreed to present the annexation agreement to the mayor and common council for consideration. In general, the annexation agreement allows the owner to obtain an additional water necessary, approximately 355 gallons of water per day, for the proposed redevelopment of the property, subject to the car wash being limited to 65 vehicles per day and used by the on-site business only and not open to the public, and providing a water recycling system that requires only 8 gallons of water per car wash. And it constitutes the owner's formal written commitment that the owner shall file an annexation petition for the property at such time construction to redevelop the property has begun. With that, city recommends that the mayor and common council approve the annexation agreement as provided in attachment 1 of this report for the future annexation of real property located at 1001 Baltimore Boulevard, Westminster, Maryland, consisting of 6.25 plus or minus acres, and authorize the mayor to sign the annexation agreement. That completes my report. I'm available for questions, and Mr. Leahy is also here.
All right, very good. Thank you, Mr. Depot. May I have a motion to approve the annexation agreement as presented?
I'll make a motion to approve the annexation agreement as presented.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Hoff. There's a motion by Mr. Hoff and a second by Mr. Kavachi. Is there any discussion or any question for Mr. Depot?
Mr. President,
Mr.
I'll just
Kavachi?
make a quick comment. I'd just like to thank staff for the hard work that they put into this. I know that, you know, you guys had to grind it out to make this happen, to put it together quickly. And I know Mr. Leahy worked well with you guys. It's good to see the cooperation, and we're glad to get this to where it is. You know, you put some effort into this as well, so it's good to be here and get this done.
All right, anyone else? All right, yes, thank you. I know the staff was working up to the last minute, the attorneys, you know, both sides, and thank you all very much. I think this is a win for the city, and looking forward to having Lynn Stoller back in the city, you know, into many years of you know, healthy business for the mayor. It's great. All right, no further discussion, move on to a vote. All those in favor of approving the annexation agreement, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. The ayes seem to have it, the ayes have it, and the agreement is approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item is approval of police salary step plan. Chief Lidwell.
Good evening, Mayor and Council.
By the way, Chief, we're very sharp in that to you.
In FY 22, staff proposed implementation of a salary step system for sworn police officers between the ranks of police officer and captain in order to remain competitive within the local police officer staffing market. The initial step plan was extremely helpful and corrected existing salary compression issues. However, the department continues to face hiring challenges and exceedingly high recruitment and training costs. Further, with the current police officer applicant shortage, our neighboring agencies have implemented salary step plans that have made it more difficult for our department to remain competitive. Department vacancies have led to mandatory holdovers and overtime assignments that may lead to long-term fatigue and may exacerbate the matter. Staff proposes an adjustment to our current salary step plan in order to promote employee retention, encourage robust recruitment, and ensure that the department remains competitive. Funding for these changes will be absorbed in the FY 24 operating budget for the police department, in part by decreasing the number of full-time equivalent sworn officers from 45 to 42. And the recommendation is that staff recommends approval of the Westminster Police Department salary step plan as attached. I'm open to any questions.
Thanks, Chief. We have a motion to approve the police salary step plan.
So moved, Mr. President.
A motion by Mr. Kavachi, is there a second?
Second.
A second by Ms. Gilbert. Any discussion?
Mr. President, I'd just like to make a couple quick comments on this. First, I'd like to commend the chief for a lot of work and effort that went into this, and to its impulse, and her staff has played a role in this as well. But I know the chief put tremendous amount of blood, sweat, and tears into getting us to where we are. relative to this, and frankly, the job that the police department does. You know, one of the, I think, things I don't want to gloss it over is that we're funding this by reducing 3 full-time sworn positions from the department. But I want to point out that they have not been filled for quite some time. Frankly, we are far below that in our staffing level because we cannot get police officers to come work here. We can't get recruits like we would like to. Lateral transfers are hard to get. So we've been significantly under that number for quite some time. Yet, because of the great work that the chief and his staff do, we have not seen any impact on crime being that severely understaffed. And that has been the case for a long time. So it makes sense that he's been operating at a very efficient level. He's put in some data-driven policing policies that I think have allowed the officers in the department to become much more efficient. And I think that's why we can safely reduce the size of the department down by 3 officers to then reallocate these funds to higher pay for the rest of the department. And I think it's the right choice, but that's not an easy choice to make. And I give the chief tremendous credit for advocating for this and for his officers because he has fought hard for them. He cares greatly about them. It's very apparent every time I talk to him and every time we have public safety meetings. And I just want to make sure everyone's clear on that. It's a tremendous job, well done, and it takes guts to do what you're doing, Chief, and I commend you.
Thank you, Mr. Gavacci. Anyone else wish to be heard?
Council President, the only thing I will add is, again, great work. But this is an issue that is happening throughout departments throughout the state. So, you know, I think making this move makes a lot of sense. We need to remain as competitive as possible. But we are certainly not alone in having the issues that we have here, you know, throughout the state, quite frankly, throughout the nation. It's recruitment and retention is a real issue right now. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, with that, we're ready for the vote. All those in favor of approval of the plan, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. The ayes seem to have it. The ayes have it. And it's approved. Thank you very much. Thank you, Peter. All right. Next item on our agenda is departmental reports. Ms. Immel, would you like to lead us through that?
Thank you, sir. Councilmember Dayhoff, do you have any report from the fire department?
No report, ma'am.
First of all, I want to say happy holidays to all of you, all who are listening, and to echo Councilmember Failur's comments. Happy holidays to the staff as well. You may notice that we have Melissa Thorne here with us. She is our economic development coordinator. And you may have noticed that both Melissa and Ms. Gruber were both taking pictures earlier tonight during the mayor's presentation. And the reason I am bringing that up to you is it's not often that we think about the connection between the Recreation Parks Department and economic development for the city, but they are absolutely linked together. They're linked physically. The departments work together sometimes, a lot of the times, honestly. A lot of those vacant businesses downtown that are wrapped or have holiday greetings on them are a partnership between these two departments. But certainly you've seen the room was filled today with local businesses, people who shop downtown, and that is in part because of the hard work of Recreation and Parks Department. So just wanted to take a moment to sort of talk about the connection there. And while we have Ms. Gruber on our mind, we'll start with the Recreation and Parks Department. Ms. Gruber?
Good evening, everyone, and happy holidays to all of you. I know we're going into the winter months, but the Recreation and Parks Department is actually fully focused on summer right now. This is the time of year where we reach out to any summer staff that we would like to return to work for us for our summer camp program and at the Westminster Municipal Pool. So we're reaching out to those folks and we are actually getting everything ready for camp and for the pool. So this is the time of year where we take a little break from events, but we're doing a lot of behind the scenes work to make sure that they roll out effortlessly and seamlessly during the upcoming year. So thank you to all of you for your continued support of what we do at the Recreation and Parks Department. You certainly make our lives
enjoyable because we feel that you appreciate the work that my staff is doing. So I would like to say thank you for that, and thank you for supporting them and what we do for the community, because we certainly enjoy it and it's very gratifying. So.
Are there any questions for Ms. Gruber? Hearing none, we will move on to the Public Works Department, which has been up since the wee hours of the morning today, preparing for the incredible snow that we had today. We always have one half of the department who's stressed out about something and the other half is super excited about it. So we enjoy the precipitation on one side of the department and then had to get up at the wee hours of the morning on the other side. Mr. Dick.
Thank you, Ms. Imhoff. Yeah, Public Works, just want to wish everybody a happy holidays and Merry Christmas. Yeah, so it's been a long day for the department. I'm sure they're all sleeping good tonight. Some of them came in about 2:30, on the road about 3:30. It was putting it down there for a while, about 4:30. So the point that we started second guessing ourselves whether or not we should have brought everybody in. That's how hard it was snowing. But you know, the road temperatures were what they were. We made out good. Yeah, so that's over with, and now we're prepared for the rest of the winter. Now, other than that, we're doing basic maintenance over the winter that we usually do to fill in the time with the cold weather. We did about 4,000 linear feet of roadways with crack sealing in the past week and a half, trying to fill potholes and take care of things like that. So we're in winter mode, and of course, that only lasts about 2 months, and then we'll be thinking of special events. That's all I really have. Thank you.
Are there any questions for Mr. Dick? We'll move on to our MVP of the day, Mr. Moore, the IT director. You have a report for the council?
I do. Good evening, everyone. Just want to go start off. I know we submitted our cybersecurity audit report at the end of November. Right on the heels of that, news broke that a municipality in Pennsylvania was hacked by Iranian attackers for their water facilities. We use similar things that they do, as everyone does. So we spent the last 2 weeks going over our systems, making sure we're okay as far as the things we have in place, and making a few changes just to make us even a little bit better than we were, knowing how they were getting in and what we could do to avoid that. In addition, we are coming soon to an email near you. You'll get an invite or at least information about another security place we're putting into effect for our accounts themselves. It's transparent to the users, but just one more thing we do to stop people from trying to get into our accounts. So we're working on those kind of things behind the scenes. And just say happy holidays, everybody. Glad to be here.
Thank you, Mr. Moore. Hearing no questions, we'll move on to the planning department. Mr. Depot?
Thank you and good evening again. As I stated, the last meeting, Board of Zoning Appeals and Historic District had no applications, so they were canceled for this month. Then to follow along that holiday theme, the Planning Commission also had no scheduled applications, so they are also canceled this month. The Downtown Business Association also took off the holidays, and they will be coming back together on January the 8th. And we'll be holding the meeting at Exploration Commons at 50 East Main Street, Westminster, Maryland at 3 o'clock. A little bit of a change. The group wanted to venture out of by West Main Street and try other locations. And special thanks to Melissa Thorne for setting that up and everything else she does, which was already brought up, and Emma stole my thunder in that one. And we did put an offer out for the vacant planner position, and it was accepted. So the hope is we will have a new employee on January the 2nd starting, and I think it will be a great win for the city. And that's all I have.
Are there any questions for Mr. Depot? I just want to take a quick moment to thank Mr. Depot and our legal team. The items that came before you tonight, normally we take 2 weeks to put together the packet. This was an abbreviated effort that we had to pivot entirely on what we were planning to be doing. So thank you both for all your help there. All right.
Thank you as well. That was team effort.
Our finance director is off this evening. She wanted me to convey to you that she is still in the middle of working with the auditors to get the audit completed by a January 31st deadline is what we're looking towards. Any questions for the finance department? Hearing none, we'll move on to housing. Mr. Brown.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I do want to just report back that we, as you may recall, the last time I reported that we were closing our waiting list. We closed it on the 7th, midnight, 12:01. And so there will be no new applications coming in. We'll work out through the waiting list we have, which is basically almost 900. And so we'll work our way through that. Other than that, I have nothing else to report either in terms of housing or code enforcement. I do want to take this opportunity to wish everyone a happy and joyous holiday. So that's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Are there any questions for Mr. Brown? All right, so we are at the police department. Before I turn things over to the chief, I just want to take a moment for all the officers that are listening. I just want to recognize that as the chief had indicated in his report earlier, that there have been mandatory holdovers and overtime assignments that our officers have been putting in a lot of time and effort while we wait for our class to come out of the academy, which we're very excited about. So I just want to take a moment to thank them for their efforts and thank the chief for all that you've done to support the department. Chief Ledlow?
Thank you, appreciate it. Good evening again, Mayor and Council. To build upon what we discussed earlier about our detectives, we just charged two individuals, one from Anne Arundel County and one from Baltimore County, with an auto theft from Tinley Hall Court in Clifton Reach. So we solved that case and charged them through some good detective work, some advanced stuff, forensics and geofencing of phones, things like that. And I anticipate some additional charges on other auto thefts. We only had a couple in town, but they're regional groups that are coming from elsewhere and hitting all over the county right now. We've been fortunate; we've only had a few, and I think we're going to solve ours. So I'd be okay. That's all I have. Unless you have any questions for me.
Not a good place to be in front of here.
Spread the word. Are there any questions for the chief? Mr. President, that concludes the departmental report.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Halston, and the rest of the team. Appreciate it very much. The final item on our agenda is citizen comments, and we invite the public to address the mayor and council on any issues pertaining to tonight's agenda or any other city issues. For citizens not attending the public meeting, we invite you to send us your comments or concerns via email at comments@westminstermd.gov. All comments received by email will be shared with the mayor and council. Commenters should include their address and phone number with their comments. Now we'll invite comments from anybody who is present. Would anybody like to be heard this evening? Slade.
Thank you.
If you just give us your name and address.
Sure. J. Brooks Leahy. My residence is 7 New Windsor Road, Westminster, Maryland. My office is in TV Swing Street, Westminster, Maryland. I represent the Lens Solar companies. I just wanted to make a special thanks to Ms. Imhoff and Mr. Depo, and also just for Ms. Levin for working out the annexation agreement at the 11th hour. And we're very pleased that we're able to, get that job done. And I'd like to thank the staff for all their help.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Leahy. Well, we want to, it's an important business opportunity for the city. We don't want to be as cooperative with things. So glad we're all able to go together. Anyone else? Ms. Levin?
Could I just clarify that those thanks should be directed to my partner, Karen Roth, because I was completely crushed and she stepped in and worked with staff.
We take Ms. Roth as well. So, thank you. All right. Anyone else? All right. Very good. Well, thank you. Well, that concludes our agenda and the meeting. I note for the record that the council will not be meeting on December 25th. There were some who wanted to do it, but we need to go. Our next regular meeting will be Monday, January 8th. And I wish all of our citizens a joyous holiday season, including Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, and a happy new year. And with that, we are adjourned.
Zoom into six.
Oh, yeah. You'll enjoy it.